Welcome back to Reconstructing the World. In this program, we're going to continue our talk with, again, who's commercializing products like this. And it could also be this. And it could also be this. But this is actually my favorite. My name is Morgenthaler, most sustainable architect in the world. Who can miss for shit? Who can hit for shit? Lendager. I won that one. Anders, it's a company called Again.
Okay.
And you used to own a lot of it. Now you don't.
Now I don't.
You sold it.
Yes.
To some investors.
So now I'm just cleaning up here now.
Yeah, that's
cool. That's my new job.
And we're going to continue. Last program, we had one program about ups and downs in the scalability of sustainable material development. But to really make this a business, you don't need me, obviously, and you don't need Anders because he's an artist. You need somebody who really can rock the world. Thomas from Again. Yes.
Good to see you. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
I wasn't awkward at
Welcome.
all. Okay, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
And last time we talked about the development of the recycled plastic. And we talked about this wonderful flooring here. Mm-hmm. And today we're going to talk about something different. Because maybe if you've watched the channel, you remember this one. So, out of tray, we made a whole program about acoustic plates.
Yes.
Which wasn't these. It was these, right?
Yes.
It was recycled plastic.
PET.
Yeah, PET. And so, but you actually developed this also.
Yes.
And this is recycled textile.
Yeah.
And Thomas, what is wrong with this one?
So what you're standing with is version 1.
Okay.
That is it can kind of lose a bit of its hair as you go along, and it burns super well.
Oh shit! I know that is a bad. Sometimes burning is super good.
Sometimes it's good that it burns quick, but not in this
Sometimes
case.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Sometimes it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's been developed, like, first of all, these type of products were in many types of developments for hardboards and so on. The difficult part when we started doing this was that it always was separated textile fractions that you could do this with.
Okay.
Yeah. And what we challenged and succeeded with was to use mixed types of textiles to do these boards. Yes. So it didn't matter that you don't have people only putting fleece here and cotton here and so on. Otherwise, it's only industrial waste that you can take from one fraction. Here, you could actually take the clothing that was obsolete and nobody wanted to use, and then shred it and create a product. That was the idea.
And what went wrong?
Well,
Thomas.
It turns out to be challenging.
Honest, why do you say it went wrong?
No, I'm not saying what went wrong. This is a program about scalability, about getting products
but before it went wrong, it went right.
But I'm the host, Anders.
Oh my God.
And you are really bad at handling critique. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't say it went wrong. Okay. I would say you need much more control than just putting everything into the mix if you have to scale it.
Okay. So was a way
first
sentence.
Point.
That was a way longer sentence than what went wrong. But it was also maybe more accurate.
But it also depends, again, here, it depends on what you want to use it for.
Yeah. Correctly. So, this is what it was thought to be, right? Yeah. Acoustic
sound
panel.
absorbent.
Yeah.
Exactly. But to get to that point, you need to make sure you completely understand what you put into the mix.
Yeah.
In terms of not only cotton or polyester or having the right mix. So that's number one.
Okay, so this is a product where you have started developing, and then you could see, okay, this needs much more developing before it can become a scalable commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
Good word,
and I will also say that what we hoped for in the beginning of this development was actually not only sound absorbance, but that we could make a insulation bed, something that could compete with rock wool or glass wool, whatever. Yeah. So that was the idea, because this could become a bed where most of it is shredded paper or wood chips.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you want to go for insulation fire, it's quite important.
It's quite important.
Yeah. You need to solve that. It's interesting you look in here because
it looks very, very secretive.
That's a new production.
Oh, really?
That's a new method. So you see this you could this in principle you could pull apart.
Is this the same?
Two different input materials.
but-
This is polyester. This is polycotton.
Okay.
Try to and be my guest. Try to pull this apart.
This one?
Yeah, I dare you.
He dares me.
Okay, you can't do
I
it.
can't do it.
I won't ask you to do because you can.
This is prototype.
But this one, I can't either.
No.
So back to it. So you developed. Is this the early development? This one.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the original.
This is the version one you can say, right?
Okay. This is the OG.
This is the original.
Great. And so that was not commercial viable.
It is commercial viable, and we are selling it.
Why did I get a memo that somehow this was not commercially viable?
It's
and
commercial
the whole
viable.
but the whole premise of this episode was that I should point out things that wasn't going
but
too well.
Okay, but that explains why you're so fucking annoying.
We agreed that this should not be a commercial for again. And therefore we should talk about what's not going well and what's going well. Until now, everything is going well.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Depending on
We were just talking about challenges with fire, right?
Okay. So this is challenge. It has some challenges.
It has limitations.
Yeah, like everything in life.
Yeah.
I have limitations, even though you can't see it.
Prostata. Huh? So nothing. So the thing is with this that in the buildings legislation there are many different categories for fire. For instance, with træ, where we hope to use it, it's a 20-floor high building, right? So fire classification is extremely high.
Yeah.
And so that's where it's been struggling. We have been struggling.
Exactly.
Or you guys have been
Exactly.
struggling to actually reach the classification where it's possible to use this.
Yeah.
That's where we ended up with this instead, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
The different version
Okay. So you wanted this, but
that
you,
passed fire,
okay.
right? And the absorbent all of a sudden is gone, and is now standard insulation.
Fuck.
Because of fire.
We hate.
But it doesn't stop there, right? It doesn't stop there. We continue to develop to figure out how do we improve a product, both in terms of like the two different versions you see here.
Oh, this is something new,
so
different.
So this is the first version. This is the second version. And then once we have this version, that is obviously a better and much more stable product, and have solved that, we are looking a lot into how do we improve fire.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but this is. Are
He-
you
he-
selling
he'll be
this?
here in a second.
Are you selling this
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
But you're selling it as acoustic walls now.
Yes. And obviously we are
It's beautiful.
we are selling it in a way where we can still apply with the rules or to the rules.
But then
Okay.
it's also interesting that the generations where you can see, like now I'm talking about design and aesthetics,
Yeah.
that in the beginning this type is important because you want to see where it comes from, that it actually is a waste fraction. There is a storytelling in these products, and as they move into the next generations where they're more efficient and they're just working instead of another product that's emitting a lot of CO2. Can you explain like what happens, like the change from this to this, and is it moving differently? Is it the material?
I can explain a lot about how it's shredded and here the fibers are pulled apart instead, but the expert would be Morten.
Hey,
do
let's
the
bring in
expert.
Morten.
It's a
Get the expert.
CEO test, like he passes it on. It's fantastic.
He's so great. He's so
really
great.
good.
He's so great. You're so great.
You're so great. Do you want to
But
invest?
not in a
Are you interested in
no,
invest?
no, because I have too many investments in all kind of businesses that's not going as well as this. Yeah. So we were talking about that. This was the original product, right?
Yeah.
And this is a new iteration or something.
Yes. Again, we are doing things over and over again.
But I was asking Thomas, and he's as a good CEO, he passes it to the expert. So I just wanted to have an explanation to you guys out there as well, like what has happened. So here it's more compressed, and then something happens, like from this type to this type to this.
Yeah, what are actually the differences? So
If it's not a secret.
you will not tell anyone, right? No. So in general, everything we do, we try to optimize production. So of course we keep the product as cheap as possible, as sustainable as possible, but also in a function and an aesthetic that we like. And here, the first issue with this iteration is that even though we like the sparkles around, it's something that might make Anders want to kind of start scratching in it. And then soon you have all
Me, Anders, or that Anders?
Yeah, maybe both of you. I don't know.
I think
that
probably
well.
both of us.
Yeah,
Yes.
you would scratch.
Yeah.
And that is of course okay, but it's not making the product very pleasant and doable. So that is the first reason for going into the next iteration.
What's the difference?
Yeah, so here when we take, this is just textiles that you and I are wearing. We could take this beautiful shirt and make it into an acoustic panel. And Anders is just doing something for us here. This is brilliant work. Ta-da!
It actually really looks like something I had before.
Yes, and this specific case is workwear, so it's actually not the clothes you have been wearing. No. It could be, but this case is old workwear.
It smells like your clothes.
What we do with this is that in this case it's shredded with a very sharp knife, and then it becomes into these small particles. Yeah. And maybe you can think of this as so basically also for the plastic board, right? You have a lot of small things that you get together.
Similar.
Yeah,
actually.
Very much similar. But when it's these very sharp, small pieces, then they don't go very well together. Where up here, and you might see it when you zoom in, it's longer fibers. So instead of taking a very sharp knife, we more take like a very
dull knife.
Yeah, a very dull knife. Yeah. What we actually do is we pull it apart. So we take the textile with some small fingers and pull it apart. So it's more like a thread.
It's a recycled pulled pork machine.
That was a metaphor. Exactly. I knew exactly the CEO would say no small fingers. There's no kid involving in shredding this. What Morten meant was it was a different type of knife that's pulling this.
Yes. No small fingers was harmed in this process.
So we changed the method totally.
It's working like now. That's great.
And that's why it's cheaper to make also, right?
Yes.
I can really see the difference. I can see the iterations, and this is something that we talked about last time with the plastic thing. Is that sometimes you need to work longer with the product, and you have to develop the commercialization of each iteration, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's also, can you say how much of this product is waste converted to new product?
75%, as it is for now, is post-consumer textiles. We can actually
waste.
Yes. So
something that would be burned or shipped to a deportation.
Clothes that nobody wants.
This is textiles that didn't have a chance to survive in any form, right?
Nobody can directly reuse it. Yeah. Some textiles can also go back into textiles. Yeah. We don't deal with that either. No. We take the textiles nobody else wants to. Then what we can do, we can sort it into different colors, right? So we can get the aesthetic out of at least showing.
Can I get this in red?
If there is enough red clothes that are being thrown out, you sure can. I thought a fraction in pink, you can have that one. I'm not sure about the red.
There's that many kilos, tons of pink clothes that is not being reused.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Okay, so I think.
But the cool, one cool thing here is also, I think, worth mentioning with this ones, is that you're starting also to combine your different fractions, which is really nice. So, normally, it's fantastic that you have recycled acoustic materials here from Textile, but then instead of just putting steel on top, then you also have waste wood that's being used for these beautiful panels, right? Beautiful. So it starts to be not only one fraction of the element. So when we calculate life cycle assessment, it will be for the wall panel. And here, everything is upcycled and waste fractions, which is wonderful. Different types of designs that you can do. It's super cool.
Great. Thank you, Morten, for explaining things about
fire. Oh no.
But that's your job. That's your job. Because now we come into commercialization. The thing is, you have. We can say a little. You have been struggling a little bit getting this product. He hates when I use negative connotations.
What? I didn't hear you.
No, he didn't hear me. Okay, that's great.
What?
So this product is right now being used as this. Acoustic walls in what? Meeting rooms. Yeah. But it cannot yet be used as a full building insulation.
Exactly. Because of fire.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to solve you have to develop the product to a certain level in terms of fire classification before you can do that.
So, we went through all these iterations. You come up, say, okay, listen, it's going to take too long to get the fireproofing of the textile. Yes. We need to have something in the market. Yeah. You want a business, and you come up with this, right?
Yeah. So this is done from PET bottles that have been recycled for so many times that they can no longer be recycled.
Okay, and these are the ones that are in tray right now, right?
Exactly.
And it's in the ceilings, right? Yes. Okay, so this is an example where you, as a person who needs to have a commercial viable business, you need to say, okay, develop that, but we need to have something else on the shelf, right?
Exactly.
And is this commercial viable in a way where it can compete with the prices out there for other Oh shit!
100%.
It's fantastic.
That's actually really, really fantastic.
And I think that's why we sold it in so large amounts, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to.
But so you're actually competing with products I've seen out there that has cement in it, right?
Yeah. And it's
shit!
And it's
I'm so happy for you.
The products that we don't want, that it's out competing,
exactly.
that it's cheap, and that we don't like at all, and basically look like shit, in my opinion. And then we're winning. That's fantastic.
Our entire idea is obviously to one-to-one being able to substitute existing products in the market.
Okay.
Full stop.
I really tried hard on this one, trying to make it look like a fiasco. I didn't succeed. These guys are really brilliant at their jobs. Okay, let's put this aside, and then let's look at something that's going really well. Okay? It's over here.
Yes. That's also
remember the Upcycle Studio. We did an episode on Upcycle Studio. And this is your pride and joy, man.
I just think that they ended up so beautifully.
Yeah.
And it started, as you've seen in the other programs, as waste, but also as kind of an idea. Our first recycle window for an exhibition in Wasteland almost 10, 11 years ago. That didn't work at all. But now it's been developed to a product that you can buy and everyone can use in their buildings. That's really exciting.
So you have taken this. This is actually, as Anders says, is something that has been developed for 10 years. Some of the things we've been going through in these programs are still in their 4th year, 5th year, right?
Some is still in development.
Yeah.
But some are still in development.
This is a wall that you can use in all kind of buildings for separating meeting rooms.
Exactly. This is instead of a classical glass aluminium wall for offices, spaces, etc., meeting rooms. But this is made out of waste wood from production waste.
Also the frames.
Also the frames, and the glasses are from demolitionists. So we've set up a chain where we are in full control, sourcing from demolitionists, windows.
Oh, so you now
like,
you can
like this that are then taken out and then put into a modular system that we do together with large players in the.
So you can say, there's an image there from Upcycle Studios.
Exactly. We can show a clip for Upcycle.
But it's like the challenges that we've had every time we're recycling windows in our projects is that it needs to have an energy performance, and that changes from building to building, from place to place, unfortunately, and challenges with fire and other things. But when you go inside the building, one thing is challenging is, of course, the acoustics that you have to solve. But other than that, you can really use these windows way easier than you would if it was for a facade. And that's why this is brilliant. And almost 1/4 of the glass in an office building is interior glass. 1/4.
That's amazing.
And all of a sudden you have a product that is super strong on CO2 performance, super strong on waste performance.
And this is becoming a really, really good business, right?
Yes.
People are really interested because you have
that's because there's an alternative to an existing product.
Yeah, and you also have good LCAs, right?
And because it's super aesthetically, it's so pleasing and so beautiful.
But can I say, obviously, when you do a product like this, right, you take a window or piece of glass and what's called an IGU, insulated glass unit, that has the size it has. To create a wall like this, you need to develop a system that has spacers in the side and on the bottom so that you can fit the whole sizes.
But the reason
and
why
to
I
do
wanted
that, we've done AI technology.
you couldn't resist.
No.
Thomas, you
You
couldn't
talked a
resist.
lot about AI pictures.
Yeah,
I'm
but I
sorry.
talked about stupid AI.
But this is real AI.
There's no CEO, no McKinsey consultant
Without AI.
can say anything without mentioning, and we used AI.
It's scripting. It started with scripting.
Yeah.
But we had a guy, Tomo, from Japan. So he did the first initial
It's programming.
scripting. Yeah, but scripting, AI is scripting. It's a lot of data that is just starting to become.
Modeling.
But Anders, I guess the script and a tool like that is obviously it's relevant for something like this, but it's even more relevant when you had what you had in Upcycle Studios and what we now have continued to develop now, where the squares are all different, right?
And also where, especially like more and more buildings are like refurbishments, where you need to fit existing window frames that you have here into existing buildings. So like also for facades.
And I really, really think this product is, Thomas, is so beautiful. It's fantastic. But the product that really gets me, hot, is the one you just showed me. That is coming in a minute, right? Yeah. Is it the one? It's not out. It's not out yet, right?
It's out. Yes, it's out. It's out. It's also on tray.
This is
Very nice.
It's very seldom I go all in on things, but this just fucking look like the shit.
It's beautiful.
Are you telling me this is recycled wood? This is
So the wood is still not recycled. That's the next development. But the windows are discarded production. So they might have a teeny weeny scratch somewhere. They might have a little sort of a little difference in the tolerance in terms of what is accepted originally from production, and then they are actually.
But you could also use the things over there, right?
No.
Oh shit! No.
Because this is from demolition, right? This is back to what Anna said before. This doesn't, in terms of the requirements for outdoor windows, this doesn't work anymore. And that's why we move them. We downgrade them in that sense and move them indoor and build new stuff with it.
But downgrade them in the sense, I mean, they would have been crushed otherwise.
Exactly.
But here, I think what is super interesting here with this is that it's tapping into the post-production, like the waste production in production. So there are so many things where they are scratched, or there is a little bit mistake, or that it couldn't be an architect, but someone in the building industry would make a wrong drawing. Could be someone else.
No architect has ever done it wrong.
If that would happen, you could end up having 600 windows that are just 1 millimeters or 1 centimeters wrong. And then what do you do with all this glass? Because it performs perfect. Right? It's discarded. Then we have these guys.
And then you have the windows are already produced, and then you can start doing the math and see how you can make a new.
So this is actually a waste fraction. It's not even something that is reused. It's a
something waste fraction. So it's a newly produced waste fraction, right?
But even if you got a perfect window operation, you would still have something that went wrong, right? Yeah. So what you're doing is you take everything that goes wrong, and then put it in, and then you have the spacers and all this kit,
so you can make it fit. And then obviously, often you might want to have a little bit of a virgin glass piece to make it all fit. But obviously, we try to go as high in percentage as possible in terms of reuse.
This should be the next trendy thing. Every house being refitted or being made should have this, because this looks so fucking good. It's super beautiful. I know that people like the big window things, but it's also a little too boring. No, but it's also like if you go around see all these glass buildings. Yeah. Very often people are having curtains all the time because you don't want to be watched in there. What I think is really perfect about this one is that No. I want. This is okay, but I want this frosted. I know, okay. But I just think that one thing is it's super beautiful. Another thing is it actually creates that privacy that I think is lacking in all these things. And I actually think that a meeting room like that over here is stressful. That is not as stressful.
Agree.
And I think this is also a less stressful building material. And I think that if you can take something that's a waste fraction and make it something as beautiful as this.
Yeah, but obviously it's not as simple as that.
No, I know.
Because I think it's important to say that if you really are to scale when you are to scale something like this, you need to develop that full chain, supply chain flow, understanding of exactly what comes in. Basically having all that inhomogeneous flow, sorting that, making it homogeneous, and then from there, you could do a product.
You are so close at saying AI again.
Yeah. But we're using AI to solve it.
Let's just end on a high note, right? Saying that what you're doing, shut the fuck up. Stop. You're not getting me hot. That's very annoying. Thomas? Well, I think it's really been fantastic to see all the different
products.
Thanks
for coming by.
Thank you so much.
No, I actually think we are the ones that are thankful.
Yeah,
I think Anders is super thankful.
Super thankful. I'm so
because
happy.
this is something that you actually envisioned, and it became.
And they're realizing it.
And then
it's so fantastic.
McKinsey came in and took it, and that's like.
Do we stop talking about McKinsey all the time?
It's not McKinsey.
He worked at McKinsey.
That's many years ago, right?
It's like Thomas McKinsey.
Jensen.
No, thank you, Thomas.
Thanks
for
for
showing
joining.
us all this.
Thanks for
and I
coming
actually
by.
think it's very, very, for this channel, it's really important that we have this where people can see, okay, something is just not an idea. It's not easy. It takes time.
It's a tangible product.
But it's actually a tangible product, and it will actually
Change the world.
reconstruct the world.
It will.
With AI. With AI.
I'm going to leave now.